tail, rub my tail. That's it.
You're
Rub
funny.
my... You need a new intro. I'll make a new one.
Like I said, do you like my tail? Like I said.
Can't keep Lee quiet, you know, he just loves to talk during the intro. But that's what makes him so unique.
Look, people said they like it, they want a better one, so I was just trying to say, like my tail, suck my tail, brush my tail, like I said, get on my tail, like I said.
You know how when you hear a song over and over and you start humming it at night? I'm starting to hum that song at night, which is getting a little scary, I gotta admit. It went from the Blippy song that my son watches every day to now I'm humming the Lee Priest intro.
Yeah, it could be a hit. You never know. Look,
yeah,
other songs have made it to the top 10 in the charts that have been utter shit. So, I mean, there was Gangnam Style. There was fucking the Macarena. Yeah. There was the Aga Do 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 Push Pineapple Shake the Tree song. There was fucking lots of shit ones. So.
The Baby Shark song, like my son listens to. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark. That's what it's like. I can't get it out of my head.
See, so this could be a hit. Don't knock it.
Tyler, is that original music that you created? No. Oh, okay.
It was royalty free.
Oh, it was
You're
royalty
fired,
free.
then.
All right. Oh well. I thought we could probably cash in on it, but Lee could do a music video for it and everything.
Oh well, yeah.
He could pose, like I said.
No, I'll just get Basil Brush over here on my hand and waggle in the tail.
You could put your Winter Soldier thing on. You could put your eye patch on, and you could be like,
a fucking Darth Vader helmet, yeah.
Darth Vader helmet. There you go. You could have the Thanos gauntlet on the other hand.
We'll just give it a little bit of promotion there, like I said. All right,
Everyone loves that eye patch, by the way. I had a couple one-eyed people who wanted to know where they could pick one up.
So what's today's topic? You want to talk about conditioning in bodybuilding?
Yeah, today's topic is why is no one in shape anymore? A lot of people have been, I see posting on social media saying, Rory Winkler, oh, he was amazing in Italy. If he only was like that in the Olympia. What are they talking about? He didn't look that good in Italy. He was standing next to a bunch of guys out of shape,
I think Nathan looked pretty good. I could easily see Nathan have won it, but the thing was, I don't think he was better at that show than he was at the Olympia. I was looking at pictures from the Olympia to that one, and where it's just the bad pictures, those pictures of him standing there doing the double bicep shot and that looks like us how we used to look 2 weeks after a contest. And that's nothing. Yeah, I got fucking blasted on, I forget what thing it was. Someone put up a picture. I said he's full of water. The next thing, fuck you, Lee. You're a has-been. Here we go again. It just started. I was just giving my opinion on this photo like everyone else was doing, but as soon as I give mine, you could have beat him. You fucking suck. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just look at the person's profile picture who's saying about me, and my day is complete. There's so many cunts out there that have fucking stage 4 cancer that abuse me, and I can see why they're abusing me, because they got stage 4 cancer. Well, at least they look like they got stage 4 cancer, but no wonder they get upset. But remember I said it before. Like I said, when we used to diet down for a show, we'd be lean, we'd be depleted,
right?
We'd be still full and hard and vascular and ripped. Who would compete in great condition. You could see at the expos or anything who was the athletes meeting, who was in shape because their faces were so sunken.
Remember Dorian's face and Ronnie's face, and they would be right before a show?
All of them. Even Flex and that. Everyone was always in shape.
Kevin,
you just look at their face. And the thing was, too, generally when they had their clothes on, I mentioned it before, if they looked a bit smaller in their clothes, you knew you were in trouble, because when the clothes come off, they were in shape.
Yeah.
But then when the show goes by, like, you had the Mr. Olympia on Saturday, come Sunday, you go back to your eating, you're doing your photo shoots for that week and you're eating more, you fucking fill out so much and your fucking muscles are filled out. You still got the veins, you still got your abs, but now your fucking abs are out here,
You're right.
But you still look somewhat okay for the, maybe if you're going to go guest pose and stuff. And to me, that Yamamoto showed it really well. He looked pretty much more like he was in a guest posing shape. He looked like somebody 2 or 3 weeks out from a contest coming up. So
I thought he looked very similar to what he did at the Olympia. He might have dried out a tad bit more, but he wasn't. I don't think he dropped any significant amount of body fat since the Olympia. So to me, these guys are just not coming in shape, and I don't know if they're worried about being. Everyone talks about big and full. Mm-hmm. And in people's mind, I think they think that full means not ripped. Because they stop their dieting process, it seems, at a certain point because they don't want to get small, or what they think is small, rather than get shredded and then just fill up afterwards, like you said. So I think that the guys are just nowadays, they don't want to go to the depths of where they need to get that level of conditioning. I've helped people who think, I'm making them too small or something like that. And I'm like, look, you're not as big as you think you are. Believe me, you're not these guys don't understand. You're not losing muscle when you're on 6 IUs of GH a day, 1,000 tests, and 300 milligrams of Masteron, Winstrol, and Trembolone. It's not happening.
And that's what we've mentioned it before, that they don't understand when you are shredded and ripped on stage, you look so much bigger. The illusion of, when you got a shoulder here and your shoulder's popping and that deep groove around the base of your shoulder here looks like it's so deep, and then your tricep comes out. When you've got those ridges all over your body, once you go under that lighting, it looks like this cartoon character. But if you're there like that and your shoulder starts to smooth into your tricep, like, those people have had a bad shot and it just fucking goes down and all blends in, you look fat. And they don't seem to understand that. It's just like whether they're bulking up this last, the thing is too, I always get a lot of emails, Lee, I'm on my last week. What can I do to last week of contest prep? And I hope I'm not disturbing you there, Dave, with your sex line.
I have Donald Trump on the line here, or as I call her in the house, Amanda Dunbar, Palumbo, my wife.
I got Boris Johnson and Brexit on mine. Hold on a minute, I'm talking to Dave.
I got to get the credit card out here. It's very important.
Oh Jesus, you're shopping on eBay again. Don't do it. But the people they do this last week hocus pocus bullshit where how's the black one?
Not a black. I wish it was a black. This looks black. It's fake.
I don't know why they got to do the hocus pocus the last week, because if you look good, we've seen it before. Derek Ruley a couple of weeks out. Dennis James used to do it. But so many guys, we see these contest photos leading up to the contest 2 or 3 weeks out where you actually think they would have a good chance at winning a contest, and then come the day of the show, you're like, what the fuck did you do? Whether they, like you said, we've mentioned before, maybe just trying to push all the food in too much and the guts are filling out, and they don't seem to understand. Okay, you want to fill the muscle out, sure, but once the muscle's full and you keep pumping shit in, the only place for water to go now is under the skin, in between the skin and the muscle. So,
The problem is, you were backstage, I believe, with Andreas Munzer, right, when he used to compete?
Mm-hmm.
Did he look big and close?
No.
No, and he was the most shredded guy on stage, and he would beat guys that had better genetics than him. He would beat guys that, in a million years you'd never think would lose to him, because
you look at people
shredded.
Even Labrada in clothes you would think was a small guy. I remember, look at Milos, he won quite a few shows. He didn't look that great backstage in clothing, but when he took it off, he had those beautiful lines and the full muscle and the small waist and great conditioning. So, this whole thing about when they post up, I'm weighing this much, I'm weighing that much. It's like, weight is irrelevant. In the pro ranks, you don't have to worry about fucking weight. It's how you look. If you're in the amateur still and you've got to make a weight class, fine, then worry about your weight class. But even then I find some of these guys that are super heavyweight, really they should be a heavyweight, than some guys that are heavyweights need to diet down to light heavy and be at the top of the light heavy and be in that better condition where you might be a light heavyweight, but you're going to look like a fucking super heavyweight if you got that conditioning.
Right. But I see the amateurs are in better shape than the pros these days, Lee. I think in the pro ranks, these judges tell the bodybuilders, they say, what should I do better? They're like, you got to be fuller. And these guys in their mind, they don't understand that sometimes fuller means, you know what, you just don't have enough muscle on your body. You need to get bigger. So they come in smoother, they come in, literally fuller, but not better. And I don't think it's a good look. I don't know what the problem is. I don't understand how they don't understand that conditioning wins shows. We say it all the time. It sounds almost like we're 100-year-old men. Oh, he's got to get in better shape. No, that's what wins shows.
We're going to read the comments. Look at these two old cunts talking about the past again. But it's like, this is another thing I always notice. When people are amateurs, a lot of the times I knew about 80% of the people did the diet themselves. They just fucking follow a strict diet of tuna and rice and chicken and rice and salads and shit like that. They take the basic gear. Then all of a sudden I got my pro card now. Oh, I need a guru. So they go and find a fucking guru. They've been doing it themselves for 15 odd years by himself and got in great condition. Now they've got a guru who they go and see. We won't mention names. Let's just say I go see this guru and I say, I want you to get me ready for a show. He's going to be like, okay, what have you done before? And you tell them, they're like, okay, well, let's try you on this. And the word is try. Let's try you on this drug. Let's see. So they don't know. So now you're giving everything to them to experiment with you.
Yeah.
And then it's hit and miss. And then, like they'll say, we heard the guy commentating at the Olympia, oh, we messed up. No, you fucking messed up. You're his fucking guru coach. He did what you said to do. And you fucked him up. So it's funny, before that, he looked great by himself, doing it all himself. So you got to have a bit of faith in yourself. I've always said, look, when amateur time is probably the best time to have a guru, like someone like yourself who can guide people on the nutrition and what to do and how to get ready for a show. But then doing it year after year after year after year, it's like having a personal trainer. Yeah. In the beginning, yes, to show you all the exercises, to show you how to perform the movements properly. But, after a year or two of a personal trainer, if you don't know how to lift weights, then, you're a fucking dork. So get the fuck out the gym. Oh, how do I do those bicep curls again? Yeah. Well, I know he showed me. He's been showing me for a year. Is it like this or like this? I can't remember how to curl. It's like, if you can't remember shit, then you're a fucking moron. Yeah. So, you just got to trust in yourself.
I just interviewed Patrick Moore. You saw Patrick Moore. I know you were impressed with him at the Olympia. If Patrick Moore had gone to Italy and brought the same conditioning he had at the Olympia, and everyone admits, I think even the judges would admit that he might have been slightly overlooked at the Olympia, I think he would have beat Rulli.
I think so. If he couldn't have won that show, at least been top 3, there would have been something wrong. Easy. Yeah. Because and the good thing was, if he had gone there and won it, I wished he would have, because then it would have showed these guys, listen, it's not all about size. Yes, I know it's fucking bodybuilding, but building the mass is only one aspect. You still got to have the shape and the conditioning.
This now a word from our censors.
But then he hasn't got that little bit of size, so it's like, you got to try and have the whole package to win shows. And I think Patrick Moore, just being new out of the box, he definitely got way overlooked at the Olympia. Yeah. Especially when you see, nothing against Steve Glucko or whatever. He looked good, but he shouldn't have placed ahead of Patrick Moore. If anyone should have been up in the top 5 or 6, it should have been Patrick, not Steve. And that. So,
now, I always like to ask you about your theoretical comebacks that you're gonna make. If you were to make a comeback in today's bodybuilding world, obviously you see you could exploit the fact that these guys are not coming in shape. What do you think a body weight would be good for you? Like, what would you bring your weight down to? I mean, to get in the best shape of your life.
I reckon if I was to come back now and this was all healed, I would come back. I'd probably come in a shredded 200 to 205 pounds.
Really? Good. That would be a good
just
weight
to make sure. That's like when I did the universe. I came in, I think I was under 200 again, only due to the fact was I knew a lot of those NABA guys going really big and full.
Right.
So I knew that if I come in shredded, because I've done it before with the San Francisco one, I was 199. People thought I weighed, legitimately people said, what did you weigh? I said 199 pounds. They're like, fuck, you look 230, 235. It just proves it's an illusion on stage. So if things like that, I'd go for conditioning because, because I'm like only 5'5" and shit, with my height and the muscle mass I have, if I come in shredded, you look so much more impressive, so I can get away with coming in shredded.
I've never seen you look small on stage, ever, no matter what you weigh. So you have that kind of physique that the leaner you are, the better, because you never look flat.
And I think, too, the thing is today, like with the Patrick Moores and shit, yes, the big size is great. Rulli walks out, you're like, oh, wow. Rami walks out, you think, oh, fucking wow. But if you get a guy with the 90s conditioning walk out, you're like, fucking hell, look at that guy. Yeah. It's like, we've said it before. How can I forget his name? I got abused. Third at the Olympia. Look, where's my fucking mind going? Alzheimer's is kicking in.
Hadi Shupin.
Yeah. So this is why I'm never going to make a comeback. Look, fucking, they say muscle memory. I got fucking Alzheimer's. My muscles can't remember shit. That's fucking hell. Yeah. Like I said, you look at him. He has got the prettiest shape on him, but yet because he's conditioning, you're like, fuck, wow. Because of that condition. Whereas back in the 90s, that era with Ronnie and the early 2000s, everyone was conditioned. Yeah. But now if you get a guy that comes out conditioned, it's like this whole new, wow, we haven't seen this before type thing. So if you concentrate on conditioning now, you can just blow people away just with conditioning. You don't have to be the biggest up there. So
yeah, no, you're right, 100%. Well, the bottom line is that we would like to see better conditioning on stage. And I think when we see that, we're going to start to see some guys start to win shows that we never expected before. That's one of the things, you were, commenting about why Kukla was in that top 5. Kukla is a guy who always seems to bring conditioning to the stage, Lee, and I think that he's getting rewarded for that because he's got a big structure. Maybe he needs a little bit more muscle in his body, but he is in shape. And that's been his calling card all year round.
He was in shape, but I don't think he was like that rock hard condition like you see the Patrick Moore.
He was better at the
like
Arnold,
that.
I agree. But I think that he
but
might have been a little
when you
flat.
talk about conditioning, it's like you had Cedric up there at the Olympia. Perfect example. There's a guy that could have won it if he had nailed his conditioning on that day. So there were so many people there, as I said, that lost at Olympia more than won it because really, if he had that conditioning, could have won it. Anyone, it could have gone to anyone that came in. If you had had anyone in that 90s conditioning in that Olympia, they could have won it. Simple as that.
I used to have nightmares, before a show, like the 2 to 3 weeks before a show that I woke up. I had 2 nightmares. One of the nightmares, 3 actually. One was I was in a buffet eating, and I couldn't understand why I was cheating on the diet. Because I had
I used to have those nightmares, and I'd actually wake up. And when I woke up, I actually felt bloated and full. I'm like, did I just eat?
You actually.
But then, did you have this one? Did you have this one where you'd be sleeping? And you'd actually have a nightmare that you actually smooth.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd always wake up and you'd wake up and you'd just squeeze your abs and go, oh, they're still there. You feel the cuts
I would think that I fucked up somehow. So.
Oh, if your missus was with you, you'd think, you'd get up the night before a show or two. Every 2 hours, you walk into the bathroom, turn the light on. Fucking can't see because the light's so bright. And you're like, come have a look at me. How am I looking? Am I looking good? Yeah, you're looking good. You go back to bed. Oh, an hour later, get back up. Come have a look at me. How am I looking? It's like it's all in your fucking head. You start going nuts thinking you're going to smooth out. You're thinking you look better the day before. You think you look better an hour or two ago. And your missus is like, oh, you look the same. Shut the fuck up. You're like, you sure? Are you sure? Come have a look. It's like for some reason, I've been a week or 2 out from a show and you're like, fuck, I want the show to be now. I'm ready. I'm ready. And when the show's 2 days ago away, you're like, fuck, I wish I had another week. I need another week. So I said, it's all in your fucking head. That's all it is. I said,
but
to me, the training side, the cardio side, the physical side was easy. It's that fucking mental side of just believing and trusting in yourself and just, because I said, we all think we could get better and better. So you try. That's why a lot of guys fuck up. They think they've got to be bigger again, so they start filling out and overfill and fucking smooth out, or you get the other guys who aren't in shape in time. So, you just got to have faith. But I said it's just that last it's more mental draining than physically draining getting ready for a contest.
Oh, I think so. But you know what? I used to have these stress dreams that I wasn't in shape, and I was always in great shape because I would never have the audacity to step on stage if I wasn't in my best shape. Like it was no option. Like I never even thought, you know what? Maybe I won't make it to the stage. I'll only be 95%. It wasn't an option. Yet in some of these guys' heads, it's an option to get. I've told guys that I've worked with, don't do the show. You're not ready. Most of them do it anyway, and don't listen to me. But because I can never go on stage anything less than my best. I would never do it.
That's why even when I guest posed, I did it a few times, and I used to tell people I hate guest posing for the fact that whenever I went on stage, it was for a contest, and you're always at your best. Yeah. So even if I went out guest posing, I'm not at my best. It just felt so fucking weird to be out on stage, not at your best. And people are going, oh, look at him, he looks like shit, blah, blah, blah. But, when I used to get in shape, Steve Blackman used to have wet dreams, but that's none of my business. He used to enjoy those dreams.
He had dreams he was oiling you up?
No, I don't know what he was thinking, but, it's like he'd be thinking, oh, the Olympia's coming up, all the guys are going to be in shape, the glutes are going to be there. I got to sleep in bed alone tonight because there's going to be some wet sheets, but that's none of my business.
And on that note, guys, if you want to be oogled and you want to be oiled up by Lee Priest, make sure you're in fucking shape.
Yes, conditioning, guys, conditioning. That's all you got to do. It's like, can someone please just come out super shredded and ripped and trust us, you'll win the fucking show. As simple as that.
Like he said, get in shape. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest.
Like my tail, that's none of my business.